She was very quiet, but at the same time, quiet was not a bad thing. I think she was someone who's very calm and has a sense of peace surrounding her. And I think that was something that I was really important to me because, depending on who you can ask, I do sometimes have a little bit too much energy. So I think Maryam really balances the energy that I give off. So.
My first impression of David was that he is very calm and very comfortable to talk to, and he's very respectful and also funny. But don't tell him I said that part.
So after we had a romantic dinner in Hoboken, we walked over to the waterfront and we sat on a bench, and for over an hour we were, just asking each other questions about our personality, trying to see if we were a match. And of course we were a match, but one of the questions that came up in the middle of the conversation was, what is one of your pet peeves? And Maryam answered almost immediately that her pet peeve was when people whistle. And literally 5 seconds later, someone walks by whistling, and it was something that was just so funny and unexpected, and a moment that I'll never forget.
I remember sitting on a bench kind of at the end after we had dinner and stuff, and I think we played Would You Rather for like an hour at least. I had to cut it off and be like, I have to go. And I remember we were really disagreeing over whether we would rather not brush our teeth for a year or not shower for a year or something like that. And my pet peeve is bad breath, and he was just really adamant about the shower. So that's what I remember. I shower every day, by the way, but just saying.
So after the date, I thought that she was the perfect person to really keep up with all my nonsense for the rest of my life.
After that time we went out, I remember just thinking, I feel like I've known him my whole life. I feel like he was someone that I grew up with, because everything was just supernatural, and nothing was awkward at all.
So I knew that Maryam was the right person for me, not through any specific moment, but really gradually over time, through the course of our relationship. I really, felt that she truly cared about me, and I really cared about her. Our relationship and our love for each other was always strong through all the ups and downs.
There were several moments. It wasn't one singular moment. I think the first moment was when I was super busy during school, and he was super understanding of that, and he wasn't adamant about texting every single day. He kind of let me pick the flow of things, and he was still supportive. Anytime we did talk, he would I remember he used to order DoorDash me food and stuff like that while I was studying. And then I would say the second moment was when he met my parents. He took them both out to dinner, and they loved him. And then I would say the third moment was when we started disagreeing over things, whether it was big or small, contrary to popular belief. I think it's very normal for couples to have disagreements, and I think working through it and him being very patient through it all also showed me that whatever happens in life, whatever disagreements we have, whatever hard times we go through, we're gonna be able to work it out together.
One thing people might not know about Maryam is that she's an ambivert. The definition of ambivert is on the screen over here, but an ambivert is someone who is both an introvert and an extrovert. While, to many people she'll appear like an introvert, don't get me wrong, Maryam is not an introvert. She is really an extrovert when you really get to know her. I wouldn't say she's scary, but no, yeah, she's an ambivert.
He has a big mole. I'm just kidding. Something people may not know, I would say, is that he's very, very forgiving. I remember he told me in the very beginning, one of his pet peeves is people who hold grudges. And I remember thinking, oh, of course, he says that, who wouldn't say that, right? Who, someone that holds grudges. But he actually, never holds a grudge. even if he's like upset in the moment, like he moves on and he like never brings it up again. So he's super, super forgiving, I would say.
So my favorite thing about Maryam is her lingo. You know, sometimes she'll use these funny phrases. I guess it's a statin thing, but she'll say stuff like bombastic or slay or period. It's just, you know, funny when she says it. And it's kind of cute.
Besides the forgiving thing that I was mentioned before, I would say he's like super lighthearted. And I think anyone that's met him knows that. Like, he'll just go up to you and like make a joke or just like say the craziest thing. But yeah, it just like makes life super fun.
So I would say 5 or 6 kids, but Maryam said no already. So unfortunately, you know, our maximum is 3 kids. But I guess one thing on my bucket list is to travel the world with Maryam.
Something on our bucket list is to go to Zanzibar, go to the safari there. I'm like dying to ride an elephant for some very odd reason. I would say that's pretty high up on our bucket list. We've talked about that a few times.
No more long distance.
The thing I'm most excited about in marriage is like building our own home and church from like the two, like taking things that we've learned from both our families separately. Like, I'll take things that my parents, for example, did with me growing up, and he'll do the same. So I'm like really excited for that blend, and also traveling together.
So I think one thing I learned from Maryam is the importance of quiet time every day. Maryam was the one to introduce me to quiet time, and it's something that I've really tried to, you know, incorporate into my daily habits, because it's allowed me to grow closer not only to Maryam, but also grow stronger in my faith. And I think that's something that was very important to the both of us is, are we, you know, helping each other grow in our faith? And it's something that I recommend to anybody when looking for their future spouse, is whether this person is someone that allows me to grow in my faith.
Something I learned is to always, like from him, is to always check up on the people you love. Like, he's very good at checking in on family, friends, like his family that live in other countries all around the world. Like Mother's Day, he'll make sure he reaches out to like all the moms he knows, and like he'll call them and everything, which is something I was not personally really good at, especially being away. Like, I completely disconnected from people, so I think he really taught me to always check in with people. I would say thank you for being so patient with not just me, but everyone around you, and always leading by example. And thank you for always supporting me in everything, and I hope I could always support you as well, and I can't wait for this next chapter. Oh, and thanks for this.
Something bombastic that I would say. Slay!